2 years later, I ended up moving to Texas, and I enrolled in real estate school online, and finally got my license. I passed that test by one question, and then I became a real estate agent. Still, didn't really have that support of anybody, but by this time I didn't need it because I was grown. I was like 23, and I was making my own decisions by this time. And so I was in this real estate world. Started out at KW, thrown in there. Everybody was telling me I was going to be successful, so I was ready to start my journey. Months started going by, nothing was happening. Another month went by, nothing was happening. I had a little bit of savings from my little party business, but nothing was happening. And the money was just going down and down and down. Finally, I got a listing, cold calling. I finally had a listing, and I was so excited about it. I was going to market and sell this listing better than any other agent in the city. So I had the listing, and I was even to the point where I said, I'm going to host an open house at this listing every single weekend until it sells. Because I didn't have shit else to do, so why not? And so every single weekend, I was holding that home open. I was holding that home open. It wasn't selling. I was still holding it open. It wasn't selling. Why isn't this home selling? I'm running out of money. And I was still holding the home open. One Saturday, I was at my apartment. I was getting ready. I was dressing like Pablo that day. And I was getting ready to go. Felt really good about myself because I said, today is the day that I'm going to sell this house. And so I picked up all my stuff, and as I was walking out of my door, the lights turned off. And I was like, that's weird. Looked out the door, I saw the porch lights on and everybody else's lights were on, and I closed my door back. And you know, I knew why the lights turned off. They turned off because I didn't pay the bill, obviously. If you don't pay your bill, your lights will get turned off. But still, I was more determined than ever. I said, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to sell this house today. All right, so I showed up. I put out all my signs. I put out a bunch of signs. I door knocked neighbors. I left flyers on people's cars. I got out there real early. I wasn't about to sit in a dark house, so I was out there just doing everything that I knew to do to get this home sold today. So once it was time for the open house to start, first hour went by, nobody showed up. Second hour went by, nobody showed up. And now by this point, this house is feeling just real cold. Like the air was just so thin in there, and there was no furniture. It wasn't staged. It was an older home. Positive there was a ghost in there. But there was just nothing going on. So I just had to stand there just waiting for somebody. And by that third hour, I don't know, something came over me, and I walked over to the front door of that house, and I locked it, and then I literally just fell to the ground, bawling my eyes out. Because everything just hit me. I had got in this business. Nobody trusted that I can do it. I've spent all my money, and now my lights are off at home. I barely had any food, barely any gas in my car, and this home wasn't selling, and I didn't know what I was going to do from there. I didn't know how I let it get this bad. I couldn't understand it. I did not even trust myself anymore. I didn't even trust my abilities to perform at this point. I felt like I had completely failed.